What if I told you some of the snacks you grew up eating weren't just good? They were basically impossible to stop eating. Like you open the pack thinking, all right, just one. And then somehow 5 minutes later, you're staring at an empty bag like, wait, I just opened this. Yeah, today we're going back. Back to the 80s and 90s, where snacks weren't just snacks. They were a whole experience, and today we're ranking the best classic snacks of all time into a tier list, from the ones that were kinda disappointing to the ones that honestly still haven't been beaten even today. And I'm warning you now, some of these rankings, yeah, you might not agree. But that's the point. So here's how this works. We've got 5 tiers. F tier, not worth it. C tier, decent B tier, good A tier, great S tier, legendary. And S tier is serious. Like if it's in S tier, it means if you had it right now, you'd finish the entire thing without even thinking. All right, let's start at the bottom. F tier. Now, listen. I already know this is going to make some people mad, but I have to be honest. Twinkies are going straight into F tier. Yeah,
Huh?
I said it. Look, they're famous. They've been around forever. People talk about them like they're legendary. But when you actually eat one, it's kind of disappointing. The cake is dry, the cream is way too sweet, and after one bite, you're already like, yeah, I think I'm done for the rest of my life. This is one of those snacks where nostalgia is doing all the work, because if you had this for the first time today, you probably wouldn't be that impressed. Moving up to C tier, these are snacks that are okay, but you're not going out of your way to get them. First up, Pringles.
Okay.
Now Pringles are fun. The can, the shape, stacking them. Everyone's done it at least once. But let's be real, after like 8 or 10 chips, it just feels the same. There's no surprise, no excitement. Also, why is the can designed like that? You're reaching in trying to grab the last chip like your hand is stuck in a tunnel. And somehow it's always the broken ones at the bottom. Next, Lay's classic chips. These are the most default snack ever. You go to a party, they're there. You go on a trip, they're there. You didn't choose them, they just appeared. They're not bad. But nobody is getting excited over plain chips. It's just salt and potato. That's it. Also in C tier, Ritz crackers. Now Ritz are good. They've got that buttery taste. But let's be honest. Nobody's picking Ritz as their main snack. They're like the side character. You eat them with something else. On their own, you're not grabbing a whole stack like that. And one more, in C tier, plain chocolate bars. Yeah, classic chocolate is good. But compared to everything else on this list, it's just basic. It melts too fast, it's not that rich. It's fine, just not amazing. Now we move into B tier. This is where snacks start getting addictive. First up, Cheetos.
Not bad, not bad.
These are dangerous. You open the bag, and instantly your fingers turn orange, and now everything you touch is at risk. Your phone, orange, your clothes, ruined. Your controller, good luck. But somehow, you keep eating them, because that cheesy flavor hits. Even though halfway through you're like, why am I still eating this? Next, Fritos. Now, Fritos are underrated. They've got that strong crunch, that salty taste, but they're also kind of heavy. Like after a while, you're slowing down. You're not finishing the bag at full speed anymore. Still good though. Now let's talk about Oreos. This one is interesting. Okay, this is good, because Oreos are great. But here's the thing, nobody eats Oreos normally. You either twist them, dunk them, or somehow eat like 10 without realizing. There's no such thing as just one Oreo. That doesn't exist. Still, not quite top tier. Next up, Skittles. These are sneaky. You grab a few, then a few more, then suddenly you're shaking the bag like, wait, where did they all go? They disappear fast, which is a good sign. Also in B tier, Pop Tarts. Now this is pure nostalgia. Now this is pure nostalgia. But let's be honest, nobody was actually putting these in the toaster before school. You were half asleep, opening the pack, and just eating it straight. Didn't even heat it up. Didn't care. Still tasted good. Now we move into A tier. This is where snacks go from good to actually amazing. First up, Doritos. Doritos are just different. They're loud, bold, and somehow always better than regular chips. You don't quietly eat Doritos. Everyone hears it, crunching across the room. But it's worth it. Next, peanut butter cups. This combo is just unfair. Chocolate and peanut butter together? That should not be allowed. It's too good. You eat one and immediately reach for another. No hesitation. Also an A tier, Kit Kat. There's something satisfying about snapping it, like you break it in half, and it just feels right. The crunch, the chocolate, simple but perfect. Next, M and M's. These are dangerous in a different way, because they're small. So you think, I'll just have a few. But a few turns into a handful, and a handful turns into the entire bag being gone, and you don't even remember eating it. And then Snickers. Amazing. This one is heavy. Chocolate, caramel, peanuts. This is not just a snack. This is almost a full meal. You eat one of these and you're actually full. But it still tastes amazing. Now, we've reached S tier, the best of the best. The snacks that didn't just exist, they took over. First up, Doritos Nacho Cheese. Yeah, this specific flavor is different. You open the bag, eat a few, then suddenly it's empty, and you're sitting there like, did I even taste that or did it just disappear? That's how you know it's elite. Next, Reese's Pieces. These are even more dangerous than regular peanut butter cups because they're small, which means you eat way more, which means the bag disappears even faster. You don't stop, you just keep going. Also in S tier, Gushers. If you know, you know. You bite into one, and it just explodes with flavor. That moment alone, instant S tier. Next, fruit roll-ups. This one is pure childhood. You didn't just eat it normally. You stretched it out, played with it, tried to make it last longer. But it never did. It was gone in seconds. Also, in S tier, Lunchables. This wasn't just food. This was an experience. Building your own mini pizza, stacking crackers and cheese, trading snacks with friends. Lunchables were different. It felt like you were doing something, not just eating. And finally, one of the most underrated but elite snacks, Capri Sun. Trying to put the straw in without missing? That was a challenge. And if you missed, it was over. Juice everywhere. But once you got it in, that first sip was worth it. Looking back at all of these, it's actually crazy how many of these snacks are still around today. Some things just don't change, and honestly, that's a good thing. Because these snacks, they're not just food, they're memories. Now, I'll be honest. What snack did I get completely wrong? And which one deserves S tier? Because I already know. Someone is still thinking about those Twinkies right now. And yeah, I'm not changing it.